Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich, and today is August 23rd, 2021. Happy Monday, folks. How have you been? I hope that you guys are all doing well, no matter where you are in the world today. And I'm just happy to be back, excited to be back. I apologize for, a little hiatus, but for most of you who have been following along, took my trip out to Tennessee, which was great. Got the keys to our brand new home, and we will be putting up some, video on that as I continue to try to get my editor to edit that film. I'm not really good at editing, but I have a person in mind that will be trying to help me get that up so that we can actually check out some of that content there. But anyway, I hope that this video finds you all well, in good health, good spirits, and good energy. And most definitely, I'm happy and excited to be back. So thank you for tuning in to the videos all of last week. And for those who have come on board with the new subscribership, I want to thank you so much for coming along, on the journey here with the DRich Show. And for those who have been here, I want to greatly appreciate you as well, because you guys are the people who continuously push me forward with the great comments, the momentum that you guys are providing for me to get up and want to do this enthusiastically every single time out. So today, on today's video, we're going to be going over Solana, SOL, and give you some information about that, how I feel about that, and see where you guys stand with it, as if it's on your radar, if it's in your portfolio or not. We want to make sure that we go over it. I know that we've touched base on it here and there in brief moments, but we want to go ahead and discover it, make sure that we give a presentation on it so that we are understood that this is a huge ecosystem that has great potential. But without further ado, let's get into the coin market cap. As we see Bitcoin's dominance up here, 43.4%, Ethereum at 18.3%, with a global crypto market cap of 2.15 trillion, which is a 4% increase over the last day. And we could see Bitcoin trading at $49,699.86 there. It did breach the $50,000 mark. I think it got up to 50,200, $300. But again, once we start seeing Bitcoin move, we'll see the market move. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles at the moment. Ethereum, $3,345.65, and Cardano at $2.93 there, at its peaking all-time high there, trying to get to the $3 range, while Binance Coin dropped down to number 4 at a $500 even with a little change attached, up 12.21% in the last 24 hours. Our beloved XRP there at $1.24, and still trying to recapture some momentum to get over the $1.30 something mark. Hopefully, with the increase of Bitcoin, we'll see that happen. But again, this should be your bottom line, your foundation. So I encourage you all to continue to accumulate and acquire as much as possible, when possible. And again, Dogecoin still sitting at 31.8 cents there at number 7, and hopefully we can see some upward momentum and drive to a higher level of momentum when it comes to Dogecoin. And number 8 there, you see Polkadot sitting at $27.81, and USDC is dropping dramatically under the $27 billion mark. We don't know what's going on with that, but no worries. It's not a cryptocurrency of any sort. It's just a stable coin of whatever, pretty much. And then we got Solana there at the number 10 spot, wrapping up that 10 spot at $72.68. And again, we'll be going over that, and we'll give you and provide information regarding that Chainlink, $28.79 there. Chainlink, the Link Marines, looking for some more momentum. And then you can see pretty much that the market is looking plush. Avalanche there, $46.87. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I always encourage you to do your own due diligence. Build your portfolio how you want to build it. I'm only here to give a message and provide information based on the research that I've done, so that you can kind of lean one way or the other. And if it's not for you, it's still great. Okay. This is never financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I can only look into the assets that I'm interested in and that I see long-term value. But anyway, you can pretty much throw any money at any cryptocurrency and make a significant return if that's what you choose to do, because cryptocurrency is here to stay. Digital assets are here to stay, regardless of the FUD, regardless of the leverage that certain entities want to use to get you out of cryptocurrency or digital assets. I wouldn't even pay attention. I don't even pay attention to half of that stuff. But anyway, today, if you didn't know, we talked about this last week, I believe, that the IMF will be dropping $650 billion of SDR allocation, which comes into effect today, August 23rd, 2021. So if you want to read that, I want to leave that in the description. I don't know, the economic impact that it will have right away, because when we noticed that gold went from a tier 3 asset to a tier 1 asset, it didn't have any impact whatsoever. But again, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to it. And just real quick, I'll read what an SDR is. The SDR is an international reserve asset created by the IMF to supplement the official reserve of its member countries. And the SDR is not a currency, and it's a potential claim on the freely usable currency of the IMF members. And as such, SDRs can provide a country with liquidity, and a basket of currency defines the SDR, which is the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese yuan, the Japanese yen, and the British pound. So again, if you're from those countries, we're going to be seeing some liquidity pumped into the market to hopefully deal with this inflation. But as we know, we do have the ISO 222 regulatory compliant crypto assets or digital assets that will probably more than likely be part of this basket of currencies. That's just my opinion. It's only speculation, but it is yet to be unfounded. So I just want to leave that here for you guys to pay attention to. So if you guys are interested in that, you could go to this website here, which is the imf.org, to continue your further reading on that. So anyway, we wanted to get into the Solana ecosystem tokens by market cap, and we got Tether there, obviously a part of a lot of things. Solana at number 10, Chainlink, Terra Luna. So if you guys are into these assets, those are some better known assets there. And then you got the Graph, GRT. I like audio, okay. And you got RAN, you got some of these others like BAM Protocol. I'm bullish on the Ken token there. Just about a little bit over a week ago, we talked about David Schwartz, Joel Katz having Ken in his portfolio. You got CVC, which was one of the assets that I had on Coinbase before I abandoned that platform altogether. So anyway, here go some others. Don't know too much about any of the others. I'm not telling you to go get into these. I don't know too much about them, but I just want to make sure that we go over the ecosystem to show that the ecosystem for Solana is pretty doggone big. So again, do your due diligence when coming into some of these assets, and make sure that you do your research. And if there's something that I don't know nothing about, I'm glad to hear from you and hear about it in the description below, so that I can actually look into it for all of us and maybe put a video out on it. So again, greatly appreciate you all, contributing to the channel when you do give good comments and positive feedback. So anyway, again, Solana right now is at $72.92, and the coin rank is number 10, as we can see there. And here is some of their info, which is their website, solana.com, which we'll be touching base on, their white paper, media.com, forums.solana.com, and then you got some explorers here, Solana Beach, Solana, and then you have the wallet on Ledger, and you can join their communities on Reddit, Twitter, okay, Telegram, Discord app.com, docs.solana.com, and usually I put up the Twitter so that we can actually follow them, and I will do that, but I wanted to make sure that I acknowledge that I didn't have it up and ready for us to go on today's video, so I apologize for that, because I like to go to their Twitter feeds to get all of their latest and greatest news from them. Then you're going to also get their source code from GitHub, and their API ID is here. And then you got the Solana ecosystem and smart contract platform as their tags. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the Solana price and market stats here. And before I move forward, I didn't make a mistake. I sent, my Solana over from Binance.us to my BitTrue so that I can stake it in Power Piggy to get some of those rewards. It did not show up, so I have a what do you call it? A complaint form. I filled out the form for them to look out for that, because I sent a significant chunk over there, and I'm kind of disappointed and heartbroken about that. But most definitely, I've been able to purchase more since then, just in case I didn't get that transferred over there and they're not able to recover them. I know their first initial response was that I needed to use another server or clear the cache. However, my response to them was, how is it that I need to clear any cache or use another service when 3 minutes prior to sending over my Solana to BitTrue, I sent my HBAR, which got there immediately, and I used the same server, and it was actually accepted over there. So I don't understand that. But anyway, I don't like to make a big deal of certain things, but I also want to put that out there for you. So if you happen to do that, if it is a cache issue or cache, however you pronounce it, or a server issue, I want to make sure that you guys are acknowledged, because I like to provide honesty and transparency so that you don't make those mistakes prior to, even if it's not legit or legit. I put out another request form for them to look into it a little bit further, because I don't want to give up what I've seamlessly had lost. But anyway, I sold stocks to actually get the stuff that I recovered, or to recover some of the stuff that I sent over. But anyway, you got the market cap dominance is almost to 1%, and then you got a $20 billion market cap, almost $21 billion market cap there, with a 24-hour low and high of $71.50, $75.20. Okay, and then you have a 7-day low and 7-day high at $62.16. and a high of $79.94, with an all-time high of $81.25, which was about 3 days ago, and then an all-time low of 50 cents, May 11th of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wish I would have got into this a lot sooner, but sometimes we don't explore these things right away. Sometimes we just gotta continue to pound the pavement so that we actually get to these a lot sooner, so that we can actually capitalize on these tremendous gains that will be had. And I do believe with the ecosystem that Solana is building, we will see another move to the upside, and I do believe that it will try to push into the top 5 in coin market rank. So anyway, again, here's some of the exchanges that you can actually go and get them from. I don't use any of these besides Binance, which is Binance.us. And again, I might as well just leave it there or move it to my ledger, which I'll probably do next time, because I don't want to go and experience what I've experienced just yesterday after sending them. So anyway, here is some Solana coin price and market data. I want you to go over it on your own terms here, because we want to make sure that we move forward in the video. So I'm not sure if you guys remember this. This is page 17, by the way, but I wanted to make sure that we go over this again, because it was in the Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started, from the World Economic Forum, which is the Global Future Council on Cryptocurrencies. And this is a community paper dated June of 2021. So let's go ahead and go down here to page 17. Okay, and you can read the rest of this. I'll leave it in the description for your own consumption. But what I wanted to do is make sure that we cover a key aspect of this. Okay, so you have some throughput and scalability. Again, scalability is a comparative term within blockchain technology, which is most notably for assessing throughput. Throughput approximates the number of transactions that can be processed per second. However, with many new and innovative blockchain technologies and underlying protocols, throughput is just one factor to consider in assessing the overall scalability of a network, and the following outlines the throughput of various networks and provides resources for learning more about their scalability features. So here you have Algorand, which we've discussed on the video, Cardano, which is seeking its all-time high there, Celo, which we've made video content on, and obviously the XRPL, which we love the most, and then Solana here and Stellar. So anyway, Solana is a proof-of-stake blockchain network with a focus on scale for mainstream adoption, modeled after mobile, broadband, data, services, as well as hardware, and it also enables fast transaction times with the ability to scale as usage of the protocol grows without relying on layer 2 systems or sharing. And the following resources are available to learn more about scalability on Solana. So here you go. We talked about GitHub, their developer documents as well. And then here is their website, which we will be talking about here right now. So again, this is coming from the World Economic Forum, that they put this in this packet or this PDF format for you to go over. And I highly encourage you to read the entire PDF. And again, if you want to print it out for note-taking purposes, things like that, so you can always refer back to that, which will give you a better idea of some of your investment strategies. So anyway, here is Solana.com. We will go over it here if this thing would ever load up. Let's see if we could get this thing to load up here. Computer's acting a little slow today, which it always does. I gotta upgrade, I guess. So here we got Solana, their developers, their network, validators, their community, and their ecosystem, which we went over. We'll go over it again based on what's coming from their website. This is powerful for developers, fast for everyone, and you can start building here, and you can also read that documentation there. Solana is a decentralized blockchain built to enable scalable, user-friendly apps for the world. You got 1,380 live transactions per second, and the average cost per transaction is very slim to none. And then you got 1,386 validator nodes, and join the fastest growing ecosystem. Solana is the fastest blockchain in the world and the fastest growing ecosystem in crypto, with over 400 projects spanning DeFi, NFTs, Web3, as well as more. And then here you can explore their ecosystem, and most definitely, as you see this thing scrolling by, you can see it again. Chainlink is part of their ecosystem. You have some other ones as well. Okay, I won't slow that up there. So okay, so you can say hello to Solana. You can watch the video here. I highly encourage you to do that, because at the end of the day, I'm only producing and getting the information out from my perspective. They have a different perspective that will hopefully lead you to putting this into your portfolio. You can scale for global adoption. Integrate once and never worry about scaling again. Solana ensures composability between ecosystem projects by maintaining a single global state as the network scales. Never deal with fragmented layer 2 systems or sharded chains. And again, you got low cost forever as well as fast forever. Excuse me. And Solana scalability ensures transactions remain less than 0.1 for both developers as well as users. And then you have it fast forever. Solana is all about speed with 400 millisecond block times, and the more people who use it, the faster it gets. So again, we will see this scale high on the charts. Okay, decentralized and unstoppable. Not only is Solana ultra fast and low cost, it's censorship resistant, meaning the network will remain open for applications to run freely and transactions will never be stopped. Ways to get involved: you have the validators here, developers, and their community, so you can learn more there, build now, as well as get started. So if you are any one of these folks, there's this here for you to get involved with, okay? And then you could get more out of Solana here, which is build, apply, learn, and other. So again, you got their docs, their GitHub, and you can also chat on Discord. And then you can also apply for grants, collective, as well as careers if you're into all of this. And then you can also learn about their blogs and podcasts, videos, and their network stacks. And then with other, you can break Solana, and there's their disclaimer and press and brand there. So again, Solana.com. I encourage you to bookmark that, which I will do right now for all of us. Okay, so we want to go back over that in the time of need. And again, ladies and gentlemen, here is their ecosystem that I told you that I would get into, which is the at solana.com/ecosystem. Okay. And then you got the best companies who build on Solana. And then you have FTX and Alameda. Research chose Solana for speed. Serum is a complete non-custodial spot and derivatives exchange running on an open chain or on-chain central limit order books, which is CLOB, on Solana's mainnet. Yep, you read that right. You got 4.3 billion transactions since inception, and then you got 80 million in average daily volume. So again, you can read the rest here as far as scrolling over there for some other stuff. And then you got USDC, who chose Solana for fast global settlement. $550 million used on Solana. And then you got 50 million average issued daily. And then here you also have the Metaplex, chose Solana to elevate creators. And again, some more news there that you can go over here on this link. So again, there's over 400 or more projects. Okay, all which you have 302 AMM, app, DeFi, decentralized exchanges, exchange, explorer, ecosystem fund, governance, infrastructure, investment fund, Metaplex, NFTs, Oracle, SDKs, stablecoins, tools, wallet, and Web3. And again, I'll just scroll down here for you to check it out. I don't know anything about some of these, but most definitely we can look into them. If there's something that I should be looking into, I greatly appreciate your feedback so that I can look into it. All right, so again, a great ecosystem. And I do like Audius because I did once hold it in the portfolio, which I need to probably get back into. Audius is one of the most popular apps in the crypto space, and the Solana Foundation is excited to welcome them to the ecosystem and support their mission in providing a music streaming platform that puts power back into the hands of the content creators. So again, Audius, I believe you could get Audius on either KuCoin or Hotbit. I can't remember which one I held it on, but I do know that you can actually get it from them. So those just links are in the description for referrals if you don't have one of those exchanges. Okay, so again, I don't want to get you guys dizzy, so let me go ahead and do it this way a little bit slower. I mean, the ecosystem is vast, and there's a lot of great things coming out of this ecosystem. So I'm going to most definitely look into a lot of this stuff. And again, Chainlink there, USDC, which we've talked about on numerous occasions. And there's some others. Coinbase listed saw in July of 2021, just recently, which was last month. Okay, so when it starts getting on these major exchanges, we're going to see a lot of movement in the price appreciation and upward momentum. So I highly encourage you to get it at, the price that it is. And if you have to dollar cost average, that is a must. But most definitely, I don't know, maybe get 5 to 10. I'm not sure what your budget is. I don't know what your pockets look like. But you know what? I would encourage you to take profit from others to accumulate and acquire some of these assets. Okay. FTM. Okay. And I do have this one as well. Phantom is a fast, high throughput, open source smart contract platform for digital assets and DApps there. So again, a long list of things that you can look forward to and look into. I'm not going to go over all of them, but most definitely I would love to hear from you about any of those there that I haven't really considered. So anyway, this is coming from cryptobriefing.com. Again, this is FTX bets on Solana, not Ethereum, for its new decentralized exchange. And this was July 27th of 2020. And Solana aims to capture market share in DeFi as Ethereum's high transaction fees hinder new users. And again, that's the only thing I have against Ethereum. Overall, I do think that it could be a store of value of something of some sort, more so than Bitcoin. That's just my personal opinion. So don't, get mad at me or angry with me for even stating that. But the transaction fees, the gas fees are what prevent me from actually holding anything related to Ethereum. Key takeaways: FTX is building a decentralized exchange Serum on the Solana blockchain with the help of partners like Kyber Network and Multicoin Capital. And Serum is cross-chain compatible, giving it access to liquidity on DeFi apps on Ethereum. And the decentralized exchange will run on a central limit order book, but will still operate in a trustless manner. And Solana's high throughput is its core differentiator and will have to compete with layer 2 solutions on Ethereum. So again, I want to make sure that I clarify what I mean. There are Ethereum-based digital assets that I do like. When it comes to Ethereum itself, the gas fees are something that really will hinder a lot of folks, and I see a lot of folks complaining about it. So, if we can reduce that and we can minimize that and get some of that taken care of, I think we'll be in a good position or in good shape when it comes to Ethereum or even Ethereum 2.0. So again, DeFi comes to the, which is an Ethereum killer is what they're saying here. I don't know if you're going to necessarily kill Ethereum unless, they take the blockchain offline, which I highly doubt. But if we go on to a new system, perhaps there can be some fundamental problems when it comes to that. So again, I want to leave this into the description with you guys all to read for your own consumption as well. Solana partnerships and traction, you can read all of that. You got Chainlink and Terra, which is a South Korean stable project amongst others there. And then you got all the rest of that to read there, okay? So lastly, we want to go ahead and read this up, which is from www.full.com. Is Solana crypto's hidden gem? And this was July 10th of 2021 by Isabel Corman. And this is the new blockchain and its token Sol keep climbing the crypto charts. The Solana blockchain network has been quietly making waves by enabling online businesses to make sales and purchases online with crypto. And thanks to Solana's innovative blockchain solutions, merchants can now enjoy instant payouts without waiting days or even weeks for funds to settle in their bank accounts. Launched in the spring of 2020, its native token Sol, which is crypto, as the traditional language would be their ticker. And it's one of the top 15 coins on the chart, which is now in the top 10. As more companies start using its networks, investors who get in on Solana now stand a better chance of striking gold in the future. So read real utility for real businesses. You can read that there. Okay. And then most definitely you can read the rest of some of this information that is important for us to decipher through and kind of read through some of all of this other stuff here. Small fish in a blue ocean. And again, you can read all of that. I won't read all of it because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the information read from your own understanding and point of view. And then should you invest $1,000 in Solana right now? And before you consider Solana, you'll want to hear this. Our award-winning analysts team just revealed what they believe are the top 10 best stocks for investors to buy right now, and Solana wasn't one of them. The online investing service they run for nearly 2 decades, Motley Fool Stock Advisor, has beaten the stock market by over 4 times, and right now they think there are 10 stocks that are better buys. Well, guess what? I don't care what they say. The Motley Fool is a fool because we know that crypto are not stocks. There's something different. It's called crypto for a reason, not stocks. If you want to go to your traditional markets, trade stocks and bonds and equities and things like that, derivatives, I don't know too much that I can say by saying avoid it, because right now the people's economy is being built for us, we the people. So again, it's already in the top 10 there, and I couldn't tell you what your top 10 stocks would be when it comes to stock investing. I avoid it by all costs. Yes, there's some stocks that I have here and there, but that is just about it. Okay, so anyway, just want to wrap that up on that point. So, excuse me. If this is something that you are considering, I would say the time is now. We don't want to see that price appreciate. It was just kind of like we went over to Avalanche crypto or their blockchain, and that was about $9 or $10, and since then it has risen. So I seem to be on track of some sort when it comes to trying to invest in some of these before it gets out of hand or out of control with the price. I know that if it's a little late here, but again, if you're taking $1,000, putting into Solana, and you have a long-term vision like I do, then you would it would behoove you to make sure that you put this there and hold it and put it on your ledger device or somewhere offline. I won't attempt to send it over to any other exchange to get any staking rewards. I can bypass that for now because I don't want to lose any more of my crypto because it's sickening, and I don't want you guys to go down that hole and make those mistakes. Well, it wasn't a mistake because I didn't put a wrong address or anything like that. I don't know what happened. So hopefully I can report back to you, and BitTrue does the right thing and tracks those down and place them where they need to be. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you are able to kindly push that thumbs up button, that like button, that share button. If you want to share it on your favorite platforms, if you think someone would enjoy the DRich Show here on the channel. For those who are on Rumble, thank you. Hit that Rumble button as well. And for those who are on the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Anchor.fm, Spotify, things like that, I want to greatly appreciate you as well, because I have it going on many different platforms, trying to get the DRich Show out there as we continue to build this community. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Do something cool. Make sure that you are continue to put knowledge and information in your brain so you can digest it and get better and better and more equipped with understanding where crypto is going. You might not understand it now. And again, don't make fun of those who don't understand it completely, because everything is new. We all have to get familiarized with a lot of different things, a lot of different wording, different sayings that relate to the crypto market as a whole. So anyway, God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.